Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Dancing Oracle with me, Najia. If you're a regular subscriber, tonight we're doing Celebrity Request. I just finished a very long day at a festival doing 17 readings. 17 readings, which is my most in one day. And even though I'm kind of exhausted, I thought I would just record while I still have some makeup on. Since the days of Zoom and not going into a photo studio or something to work, I'm always in my pajamas with no makeup, doing a lot of my work. So I thought I'd take advantage of still having makeup on and having blow dried my hair earlier in the day, because I don't want to scare you with that the look of something different. So anyway, I'm cleansing the cards. And I had this celebrity request in a couple, before I had the celebrity request video, in the comments in September and early October, I had a number of requests for Justin Bieber. And now the way my YouTube is directing me to see, oh my God, what happened. I know a little bit that he's involved with Diddy, and that when he was young, he was preyed upon. So I'm really curious. I've not read on any negative energy. I didn't want to read on Diddy himself. I didn't know if I was prepared to delve into that darkness. But I'd like to read Justin. And I'd like to read about the time period. I want to just do a reading and see about that time period when he was being groomed and what shows up in these cards. All right, so I'm going to shuffle. I've already cleansed them. Let me just do a little more because I read a lot of people today. And I did cleanse the cards in between everyone, but I just like to make sure that I have enough sage going on. And a little sound vibration. It's pretty smoky in here. All right. So if you're new to my channel, thanks for stopping by and watching. I'll show you the. And if you're returning, if you have a celebrity request, you still have time to put everything in the October celebrity request area, because that's the only video right now where you can make celebrity requests. But in early November, I'm going to make a celebrity request video just for November, and you put them in the comments. That way, they're all in one spot, and I can see who has the most requests for what and who we haven't done a lot of, or what subject area of that celebrity's life we're doing. So anyway, that's where you do it, because I get thousands of comments and I do read them all, but I can't remember. I read them while I'm on my phone when I have time. I don't go back in an organized manner through all of the rereading them. I just read them once and answer them if I can. If my hands are up to typing, I will answer. But I will hit the love button so you know I saw it. It has my picture next to it, so you know I read it. Excuse me. Just concentrating on Justin in relation to this Diddy issue when he was younger. This is like the early days. I just want to see what happened. I'm very curious. I had no idea he was going through so much. And it really makes you wonder and have a little bit more insight into what goes on with these young kids in Hollywood and in the music industry, why they have such a hard time, why they get hooked on drugs in a bad way, why they have outbursts. I don't know about him having outbursts, but I remember Britney Spears had some, and other people. So Thinking about Justin in relation to when he was younger, young Justin, when he first met Diddy. And just listening on the inner for when I'm supposed to cut the cards and start. All right, let's see. He did not want to take those blind. Oh, wow. He's just holding he was not good at holding his boundaries. See that? That's the obstacle. Wow. Yeah, he wanted an easier way to make money. Okay, so maybe he was lured into that. He was very young. The vision, the vision he had for himself, reaching the world, was a lot different than he expected. And pretty early on, he lost hope. The pivotal moment, he had to take higher ground and walk away, but he had a really hard time. He had a really hard time doing that. He couldn't do it when he was young. Because this shows someone delaying that walking away. He wasn't listening to his inner voice, the high priestess, because this isn't reversed toward me. His environment had so much regret. So much regret. Wow. He wanted to have power and be rich. Like, he had mentors that were rich and powerful, and that's what he wanted. And of course, he was given the opportunity. He worked really, really hard. Then he built a certain amount of wealth. He did have his guardian angels. There was a lot of death around him. He had to, he was being trampled on. He had to transform. He felt isolated. And it was a battle. It was a battle for where he was at. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of everything from Justin's point of view. Maybe because I'm scared of getting that Diddy energy coming in strongly. But I just have a little bit of time. I can go into this further later. So the Two of Swords is a card about being torn in two different directions. And see, she's wearing a blindfold and her emotions are behind her and she doesn't want to look at her emotions. She doesn't want to turn around and see that water. And by choice, she's blocking out making a decision. I'm just see what else I pick up in the light of the moon. So there's just a little bit of moonlight able to shed illumination on this. I just want to see something. Give me a moment. I'm just curious about something that the swords, excuse me, the swords have a lot to do with the voice. Like, so he is a singer. They have a lot to do with communication and the mind and having, so what was going on in the reverse position is what I drew. There's a lot of distraction and discord, obviously, right? He didn't have any time or space to think. The thinking was turned off. The blindfold was on, and he needed to escape from the world, his problems and anxieties. That's because it's the reverse position. Now, what obstructed him from thinking and finding and being able to take the blindfold off, although he eventually the blindfold did slip away, because it's in the reverse. So eventually those blinders had to come off, but in the reverse position, it's complete discord and chaos. And what obstructed him was his lack of boundaries and feeling isolated and alone in this. He's a kid. He's a kid. So this is a nine of wands, putting up their wall, and don't cross my wall. In fact, I'm going to stand guard on my wall and not let you cross that. But this is in the obstacle position, also reversed. He had no boundaries. He totally let his boundaries fall and his vitality in relation to his boundaries, his wands, his vitality, his masculinity as well was threatened. He went through a lot. Okay, it's showing that. And his conscious thoughts were that this was, having a mentor, so he thought, was an easier way to stardom, easier way to make money. But in the reverse position, it's showing that he worked hard enough, right? Singing and doing everything. You could show that he was this young page with a lot of knowledge and putting hard work into his craft. But at some point it went reverse, and it's like, this is too much. I have a chance to find an easier way to make the pentacles, because he's going by someone's example that was mentoring him. So he thought, right? That was how it should have been, mentoring him in the proper way. In the subconscious, his vision was halted. This is in reverse position. He had an original vision for himself, collaborating. There's 3 people here, 3 options or 3 people. And I think I know who they are, right? Because there's another young man that was mentored. It was involved in that circle, Usher, I believe. So we have Justin wanting the world, and he's making these choices that led to everything being corrupted in regards to his creative endeavor, his expansive creative endeavor. You see, this is more of an entrepreneurial card, or someone that wants a different type of business, doesn't want to work for the corporate giant. This is somebody who's a creative thinker, and either an artist or an entrepreneur. And in the upright position, things would have gone well for him. They wouldn't have been hindered. But this collaboration was nefarious because it's in reverse. And that was in the subconscious. It was like lingering, and he's shoving it down. He couldn't hold his boundaries. He couldn't think. He didn't want to take the blinders off. Didn't want to think. And he had a 2 of swords. That was the whole problem. Put those blinders on. Put your back away from your emotions. Just put your emotions back there. That's what it's showing. And eventually you drown. Eventually you drown, because in reverse position, the water comes to engulf you. All right. In the past, he had to give up a lot of his dreams. He's still a star. I guess he still sings, as far as I know. He's definitely a star. But everything was turned upside down. His biggest wishes and hopes that he wanted. This is the hope card, the star that promises you your wish is fulfilled. But it was a nightmare. It got turned upside down. That's the past. At a pivotal moment, he had a chance to walk away while he still had power, right? So normally, if you're empowering yourself, this would be in the upright position. And eights represent power. And they represent love and, a certain amount of balance and leaving things in a good way. So at some point he could have, if he only had the maturity, he could have been said, oh, no, man, no, thank you. Left everything nice. No hard feeling, just like kind of walked away and sought higher ground. But in the reverse position, he couldn't do that. And he kept procrastinating and delaying and not wanting to see the illumination. And then all the love ran out, all that love that he thought these people in that industry had for him was running out because he had to see the truth by drowning in the falseness, kind of like this card, drowning in that. And again, we have more cards that validate he did not want to go within and look. This is the High Priestess in reverse. In the card that represents him, he had a lot of secrets that he was keeping. And he did not want to go within to his higher source to find the truth and to share what he needed to share. In his environment, a lot of regret, a lot of conflict, change in his environment because it's a 5. You see all that sorrow? He still had, good things in his life. He still had his talent and his career, but so much of the love was gone. And there's enormous regret. Enormous. Because he hoped, this is the hope card, he wanted to be the big, powerful guy. He wanted to manifest that power. Maybe provide for everyone, provide for family, whatever. He wanted to be the king of his music. And he wanted that wealth. He wanted that acclaim, feeling renowned for what he did. I'm just wondering. I'm just listening on the inner. I mean, he became a victim. Okay, I'm getting the clarity coming in clairaudience. So something might have also happened much earlier in his life in some way that made him feel a target in some manner, the before Diddy. Before this happened, I'm getting he already had some secrets and wasn't acknowledging some things, and he already had the lack of boundaries, okay? It wasn't just then. It's also why he was a target. I'm hearing he was already a target. Because he had that in him to be a target, to be a victim. And because he felt small and victimized maybe he was bullied as a kid. I don't know. I rely on his fans to comment in the comment section and to just tell. I don't know a whole lot about him. I really don't. So I like doing these readings as an exploration into the spirit world and seeing what spirit has to say. And then I find out, if what the cards, how true the cards were to the reading, to the actual connection, right, that I was getting. Just like today, I had 17 strangers that said, "Oh my God," some were in tears because the cards are like bringing up their stuff. And I love that spirit can connect like that. It's so amazing. We're all so connected that I can tune in and connect to their guides. And I don't have Justin in front of me, but I'm tuning into his energy in relation to what he went through when he was young. And I'm seeing that he wanted to be that big, powerful king because maybe that would erase his make him feel like I got the impression that he felt small, like he had gone through something when he was younger, maybe multiple times that made him feel small. And a way to compensate for that was like, I want to be the king, right? You want to prove yourself. But instead, I mean, of course, he got to be the king of his craft, beautiful, unfamous. But I'm sensing he was already an easy mark. Let's put it that way. He was an easy mark because he maybe had already been bullied. Something happened to him before this, before he was seduced further by these men. And I don't get the impression that Justin's gay or bi. I mean, he was preyed upon. I don't feel that energy from him. I feel that he likes women. I don't get that energy, even though that is very common in the art world. It's harder for me as an artist meeting men because a lot of the men in the art world are bi or gay. Um, but I don't get that. I don't get that feeling from him at all. I get that he was coerced. He may have been drugged a lot. And the final outcome is like he just wanted this new start, like a new beginning and making money and having a career. He wanted to like start again, you know? So let me look a little bit more about those other cards I pulled. And then if you like this reading and you want me to go further into it, maybe at the present time, how that sits. I don't even know what's going on. I just know that something came out about it. I don't know if there's any lawsuits or anything against that he's suing anybody. I just know he's damaged. That's all I know. So I saw there was a lot of competition. He's gone through a lot of changes at the time. There's a lot of competition in the art world. He was feeling isolated and alone, and he was trying to get to the top of the mountain, make his way up to the top of the mountain. He was working really hard, just going at it, working really hard. And he wanted to be self-sufficient with 9. So he's feeling alone, but he wanted that freedom. That was really important to him. And that he had to go through a death, a transformation. He got trampled on. Do you see that? I'm so drawn to the image of the children being trampled on. You see that? The horse's feet. And this religious figure begging, please don't kill the children. They already killed someone else. I mean, you just took his innocence away. You can't get that back. You can never get that back. But I do show that he has an angel looking out for him. That's mixing the cups of love. Mixing the cups of love. I want to pull an oracle for him. I like this wild unknown. And if enough people are interested, or if I can deal with the bad energy, thinking of doing a reading on Diddy, but like Diddy's energy specifically. But as I said the word Diddy, look what shows up. I cut the cards just as I was saying that word. The venom. The venom. Man. Let me read that because that's in relation to Justin. So that's 83. The venom. Boy, that doesn't that. God, that's horrific looking. The mouth is on. What is that? There's a moon inside there. There's like these teeth up top. It's like someone's opening their mouth wide. Oh, I don't want to say that. It's literal, the venom. Because I heard about what was caught on some filming done on an iPhone at a nightclub in regards to him when he was a kid. Mouth open wide and the venom coming in. This is what this kid was through with these adults that were supposed to be mentoring him. Oh my God. So this is an oracle. They don't have set meanings. Each author has their own meaning. Okay. Where is that? XVI. LX. Oh. Bear with me. I'm not used to reading the Roman numerals. 19. Here we go. The venom, the poison, the curse, the toxin. Much to our dismay, the venom is always lurking in the shadows in one form or another. Its toxic presence may be found in our relationships, thoughts, speech, or environment. Thankfully, the cycle of purification and detoxification comes so naturally that it is built into our every exhale. We breathe out carbon dioxide and the plants return it to us as oxygen. Archetypal venom is rarely remedied as easily. However, and it can come in potent forms. I'm going to read that again because that sounded strange. Archetypal venom is rarely remedied as easily. However, and it can come in potent forms and quantities that are deeply damaging to us and to the world. So true in his case, right? When the venom card appears, there is a harmful substance in our psychic realm that must be identified. I told you it was already there, which is why he was easy prey. I got that psychically. Perhaps your words have a sting of poison about them. Perhaps a relationship is slowly draining your reserve. Acknowledgement is the first step. Change is the second. The remedy will reveal itself in time. With it, forgiveness. Wow. talks about self-realization through suffering as one of the meanings. When light, when you're able to transform it into light. When dark, unwillingness to find a solution or forgive. It says, the spread is a little side note here with the skull and crossbones. The spreading of the venom is like a chain reaction. When we strike others, it's likely we have ourselves been struck. It talks about breaking a cycle. So that may have been that person we were just talking about, that evil one, the venomous person. It says also another side note, when you harm another, you harm yourself. Keep in mind that this goes for our earth well as cosmic consequences. So that person is in jail. Luckily, that person's in jail. I like that, Justin has his angels, and that there is a natural cycle of purification built into any toxicity. They're saying that he will heal in time. So I hope you enjoyed the reading, and hit the like button, subscribe. If you're interested in more in-depth private readings that I'll put in for my members, you can join this other level of membership I'm going to be posting, but I haven't put it up there yet because I want to have the videos already made, and I want to be able to chat live and learn about that. But right now I do have a membership. I think it's $1.99 a month, called Angel Membership, which just helps support the channel. There's also a super thanks button that you can hit as well. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your comments. Thank you for tuning in. And if you have any requests for any celebrities or topics, or if you like more of Justin Bieber, then put that in the comments for Celebrity Requests October. Thank you.